Hey everyone, welcome to Thoughts of Treasures. My name's Connie and this is my craft room. Welcome in. I want to start by saying welcome to everybody. If you guys are new to me, please be sure to hit the follow or the subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I do. I usually put about 4 out a week, just ranging from wood crafts to anything else. So it just depends on what I'm in the mood for that week. Tonight I do have, we're going to be using this, and this is an insert to a particular frame, which you do not need the frame, but if you do want, you can do this on any kind of wood that you want. I, however, am going to use this. This does go inside of our little arched frame, which is interchangeable, so there's different ones that you can put in there. This is just, however, a blank that we can just slide right in, and we're going to be not decoupaging. What are we going to be doing? We're going to be using essential stencil rub-ons tonight. So first things first, with something like this, if you want a blank and you have this already, or if you want this, just message me. But I'm going to do this two-sided, not tonight, but I'm going to keep the other side. So I'm not going to put anything 3D or three-dimensional on here. We're going to keep it strictly flat so that in time I can turn it over and we can have two sides. So that's what our plan is for tonight. And since 4th of July is coming up, we're going to be doing a little something fun for 4th of July. Just very quick, easy craft. You could decoupage onto these. All of my 1/4 inch boards do have a masking on them. So if you get anything a 1/4 inch from me, you will have to remove this. As you can see now. And all it does is it protects the wood. So you don't want to, you can leave it on. It's not going to bother it, but until you do it. If you do start painting on it, you will find out that you're going to need to repaint because it's going to come up. And with any of these, this is laser burn, you're going to get a little bit of soot from it. And it's all fine. It has a little burnt smell to it too, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while, and I think it's going to be fun. We're going to crackle. Well, we're going to try to. I usually don't crackle. I usually chippy, and there's a difference between that. Chippy is just in certain areas. Crackle, we're going to see if we can get the crackle effect. You can use different methods for this. I am going to start with black and put a black coat down because I'm going to put the white over top of it. Actually, I think I'm going to... I'm deciding if I want to use plaster or if I'm going to use white. Oh, there goes my doggy. So we're just going to give this coat because when you crackle anything, or if you chip it, you want your darker color or whatever color you want to say. If you want the lighter color under there to come through, you can do that too. But you're going to have that effect. So you're going to need 2 types of paint. Not 2 types, 2 colors of paint. Y'all know what I mean. You're going to need 2 colors of paint. The bottom coat, and when it crackles, that's the coat that you're going to see come through. So keep that in mind. If you do pink and purple, whatever you want is your major top part, you want to keep that. The crackle is just going to be a few things underneath. And depending on how much crackle you get, and every medium is different, I am going to be using just a good old wood glue. You can use Mod Podge. You can use crackle medium. There's all kinds of things that you can use. I am just going to use glue tonight. We're going to see how that works. All right, now you do, again, I forgot to put the thing, so we're just going to wrap this up and put it to the side. I forgot water again, guys. I did that last night. All right, I'm going to get this completely dry. And we're keeping this simple. I'm just going to show you how to crackle if you don't know. And like I said, I'm just going to use, this is just glue from the Dollar Tree. School supplies should be coming out soon. Grab yourself some. I don't think we're going some more like we used to. I remember back in the day when schools let out, Mom started every time she went shopping, she picked up school paper. Loose leaf paper. Oh. So we had lots of it in time for school. seeing so much exclusive clothes go on sale early. Really good deals around. I think that's good. So now when you put your whatever medium you're going to use down, like I said, I'm using school glue. Whatever medium you put down, you want to make it, the more you put down, the thicker the crackle. The less you put down, the smaller the crackle, if that makes any sense. My dog is going crazy up there. I don't know what she's barking at. Probably a fox. But, like I said, if you put a lot of glue down, you're going to get lots and lots of thick crackles. If you put a little bit of glue down, you're going to get little crackles. Keep that in mind. We can throw that one away. I'm going to go for, oh yeah. Oh, she's just having a fit up there. This is Dollar Tree glue. I find this to be a little bit watery.
Someone was detected at your porch.
So therefore, it kind of doesn't need to be watered down. This isn't like regular Elmer's glue, which is thicker. It's really, really thin, almost like Mod Podge. So we're going to see how this works. I personally like this glue for this, but you could just use Mod Podge too. Now I use this brush for a purpose, only because, actually I'm going to use white. Oh, I'm going to use plaster. Oh, I'm going to use white. I don't know what I'm going to use. You can, I'm not, you can dry this. You want to dry it just a little bit. I'm going to let it sit here for a second or two. But you do not have to fully dry. When you put the, and I'm using this for a reason, when you put your white on top, which that's not even open, let's get this one. You don't want to go back and forth, up and down, around and sideways. You just want to kind of make it in straight. In one direction. Not the group, the actual. So I'm just going to use the same brush because it's already got the Mod Podge or the glue into it. So it's just a little, we're just going to put this on. You know, you put enough on and just kind of wipe it down. You can go over it, just don't go in different directions. Just get over it until you get the thickness and the color that you want. Turn it around this way. Get this part. Alright. Now I did get it off the side here. I do have a punch right here. Get this off the side. I think she finally stopped. My gosh, something was outside getting her going. Alright, now, if this doesn't work, this is a recorded video, I'm still going to show it to you. Because you know, sometimes, and it all depends on how things work, it either goes or it doesn't. So now we're going to dry this completely and hopefully we can see the magic happen. So what the glue actually does is it takes the paint and tracks it down, contracts it. So we're going to see different crackles happening, and I start seeing it. I'm sure. Oh, it's so pretty. I think the thicker the medium also, it does make the crackle thicker. So even though this is a very thin, if you were to use regular Elmer's glue that's thicker, you would get a lot thicker crackles. Let me show you this. As soon as it dries a little bit, I think it's pretty. Very, very pretty. You see all the little crackles in it? And that's from just a thin. So if you use a Mod Podge, which is thin, and compare it to, I just think it's so pretty. It's still a little damp, and I am gonna get this completely dry only because I'm gonna be using a rub on here, and I don't want it to be wet at all. So the thicker the medium is what really causes the crackles to be either thick or thin. But the more you use, the more crackles you're going to have. If you don't want too many crackles, I honestly prefer, and we'll do this another time, the chippy lid. That's my kind of thing. It's just more farmhousey rather than, and when I do that, I just use one of these little couple sticks of glue. And you still get a little bit of crackle going on, but you can chippy it away. Just a fun technique that you can use. So the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to show you what I'm going to put on it. I wanted something old and weathered. And I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to put a little bit of antique wax on this and make it even look a little bit more weathered. It's still wet. It's still wet. Now I've got some antique wax, and I'm just going to go in and kind of dry brush it on a little bit, especially around the edges. Yeah, maybe. Just to give it a little bit more rusty. So I'm actually going to use this plate. I don't usually dry brush antique wax, but we're gonna. Well, yeah, we're gonna. I really don't ever, but we're gonna dry brush some antique wax on. I'm just kind of taking off most of it. And I'm gonna go around the edges first, because I don't want too much on. I want it to look a little rusticy. I don't want too much on. So you see, it kind of just gives it a little bit of withered look to it. I always say you can always put more on, or you feel the need to put it. Just give it a little bit of bit of extra love. It's had some love in its life. Let me wrap this on it too so it doesn't dry. Keep forgetting to bring water out here, and probably by the end of the week I'll have remember. Okay, I'll just wrap that up. Alright, so now, just keeping this simple, I'm going to give this a quick dry, just make sure nothing is wet anymore. With your rubber ones, I'm actually using essential stencil. So we're just going to put that on so we can put it into our thing. I am an affiliate of Essential Stencil. We are going to be using, and I'm going to show you. These are really, really nice. Make sure I have it. The Patriotic Florals is what they're called. Patriotic Florals. It's really nice. I needed what do you call it? Something for my 4th of July. So I thought, well, we'll try this. I'm thinking about using this one here. It's going to be a little bit wider. I'm going to cut it out though. This one right here, that's the little flag. I just want something, a little something, something. Cut this out. That's all you have to do is first cut it out. You don't have to cut it close, just cut it out. Cut around in between all of these. Set this to the side because I don't know if I'm going to put anything else on it or not. But it is a little bit bigger, but that's fine. I'm going to probably cut that off. That's no problem. But I was thinking I'm going to put it just about right there. I was originally going to put like, USA up here, but I want to keep it flat. So I'm pretty much just going to keep this in here just like that in the center so that when I put it in my frame, you're going to see it. So I think right about there is perfect. And again, this is a very quick, easy craft. I did want it a little rusticy. That's why I chippied the board. And I think that's good. Now this does come with a scraper. I just use one of these little popsicle sticks. The kits do come with the scrapers. I'm just going to put that onto the thing. You just want to rub. I give it a good rub all over first. You can use a credit card for this. You can use your Cricut scrapers or Silhouette scrapers, vinyl scrapers. You can use anything you want. I just personally just think these work best. Something small and now be careful when you pull this up. Are we going to stick? Not going to want to stick it all. Sometimes you gotta fiddle with them until they get started. You just want to scrape and pull, scrape and pull. And if a piece comes up, don't worry about it, just put it back down. I'm wondering if it's because of the wax. I usually don't have this hard of a time, but maybe I should not have used wax. Lesson learned. It could possibly be the wax. But I didn't use too much. That's why I didn't want to use the wax to begin with. If you use the antique wax fully, even with vinyl, like when you're doing Cricut or something, you have a hard time for the paper to stick down. Just work it. Take your time. Get your Wheaties going. Unless you're going down here and bark. So if you are interested in any of the rub-ons, Essential Stencil also has stencils. I, however, love the rub-ons they have. They are really very, they are very well made. They're easy, most of the time, to work with. Sometimes when you come at it at a different angle, of doing this. All right, so I said it was going to be a quick and easy craft. Also, the other thing that is very, 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 very important, and I always suggest, and of course I can't on here, but I always suggest to let your, whatever your surface is, completely dry overnight, 24 hours, because if it's wet in any way, shape, or form, and it's kind of humid down here too, being summertime, that these will not stick. That could also be a factor in this. Many reasons, but you just keep working it. Patience is a virtue. In the end, it'll be worth every second. Put a little elbow grease into it. Side to side. Now be careful when you get to the end, in case something doesn't come up. You can go back and put it down. You don't want it to pop off and pull everything off. And there we go. Absolutely beautiful. See? The treble it does, and you can actually, and if this piece bothers you, you can just pull it right on off. It was my little piece that didn't fit. Or you can just leave it right there because it's not going to matter. Absolutely beautiful. Just a nice little rusticy piece for our insert. And then we can just slide it right in there. Simple as that. So if you guys want a percentage off on the Essential Stencil, you can use my link. And if you want my link, you can say transfer, and I can get that for you. Or you can go to my website, thoughtsofTreasures.com, use my link tree, and you'll see it there. Guys, this was a simple project. It took a little bit of muscles. But like I said, it's humid down here. There's a lot of factors that do affect transfers. Essential Stencil does have nice transfers. They are very well made. So definitely give them a try if you have not. But this is our craft tonight. Just a simple little crackle background. And again, I think it looks amazing in here. I hope this inspired you guys. If you are not following, please be sure to, so you don't miss out on our next video. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, thoughts become things and things become treasures. You guys have an amazing day.